Hello, students. Happy Friday, or whatever day it is that you may be watching this. Here is your reading lesson for 1029. All right, so today we're going to be talking about telling the difference between the plot of the story and the theme of the story. Okay, so whenever you're reading a nonfiction or a fiction text, there's going to be a plot and a theme, and these are important to our understanding of the different things we read and what we take away from what we read. Okay, so the plot is simply what happened in the story. So you might have done a plot mountain in the past, where you have kind of your beginning, your exposition, your rising action, the climax, the falling action, and then the resolution. Okay, so those are the different parts of the plot, and those are the different things that happen in the story. Okay, and those are really the important things that happen in the story. The theme, that's the big idea in the story. That's kind of the message. It's the takeaway. Okay, so what is the author really trying to get you to learn? Okay, so what to look for when you're thinking about the plot, okay, or if a teacher asks you about the plot or someone asks you what happens, okay, you want to think about what specifically happens in the story. Okay, what are the important events? Okay, we have the setting, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. Okay, so those are those different pieces, okay, of the plot mountain. Then the theme. Okay, this is the big idea. This applies to all parts of the story. Okay, so this is where we're thinking, what is the message or the moral? What did the characters learn? Okay, how do the characters feel? And then what is the author trying to tell you? Okay, so here's an example. It says, George loved video games. He bought every video game that came out, and he prided himself on being the first person to try out new games. George's Aunt Rachel sent him $100 for his birthday every year. And this year, about 2 weeks before his birthday, Nintendo released a brand new game. George just had to have it. The game cost $100. He just knew he would have the money in a few weeks, but he wanted the game right now. In order to get the game, George borrowed money from everyone that he knew. $5 here, $10 there, confident that he would receive his birthday card from his aunt and he would be able to repay his debts. Finally, a day after his birthday, a box arrived for George. Inside was a very nice shirt, a birthday card from his aunt. I thought I would do something different this year, she wrote, inside of a card in which money was conspicuously absent. So that means money was not there. I hope you like the shirt. So, looking in that, okay, what is our plot? What happened in it? Okay, so if we think about this one, okay, our plot is that George's birthday is coming up. Okay, he usually gets money from his aunt. Okay, that's something it says in there. He was planning on getting the money in the mail, but his aunt sent him a shirt instead. So now he has to repay his debts. Okay, so that's the plot. That's exactly what happened in the story. Okay, so George loves video games. He wants to buy a video game. He borrowed a bunch of money. He's expecting money from his aunt to repay his debts. What happens? His aunt doesn't send him any money. Okay, so now, what is our theme? Okay, what is the moral or the message that the author wants you to learn from reading this story? Okay, maybe don't get ahead of yourself. Okay, by borrowing the money and then thinking he would get more money, he was kind of what we call getting ahead of himself. Okay, nothing is certain until it happens. Don't take people for granted. It's not always about getting gifts, and patience is important. Okay, so those aren't specific things that happen in the book. Those are overall themes, morals, or messages that we can take away from the book. Okay, so I am going to have you, and I think you may have read this one before, read chapter 1 from Insignificant Lives of a Cactus, and then you're going to summarize the plot, okay, or what happens, and then think about a theme. Okay, so it is read aloud here if you would prefer to have it read aloud, or you can read it here in the slides. Okay, when you're done on your copy of the slides, you are going to type here the plot. Okay, what happened? Tell me the important things that happened. And then you're going to type your theme or your message there. Okay, please have this turned in by Thursday, November 5th. Okay, so that I can give you some feedback. Thank you for watching, and let me know, or Miss Katzman know, if you have any questions. Have a great day, students.